and this is my loft. Like most people's, is a bit of a rubbish tip. I've had a bit of a clear out this morning, but it's far from perfect, and I expect yours is too. The flat bits are quite easy to do. I prefer to use this stuff that's encapsulated here. It's in a sort of plastic bag with silvery foil on it, which means that you don't get fibres all over yourself, and hence the fact I'm not actually wearing a mask, and gloves, which I would be if I was using the ordinary loose stuff. I'm going to roll that out over the rest of the bits that Loft haven't done already, the flat bits. It's got dormer windows. That side we've done over the roof of the dormer. The other side I've got a little tiny one, which I'll show you in a minute. The opening is so small, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do at the minute, but I'm sure I'll work something out. And also, because it's a dormer window, we've got bits of sloping ceiling. So the only way to insulate that is actually down the slope, and there's this strange expanded polystyrene stuff here, which you can cut to the right width, and it will squeeze in between the rafters, and you have to slide it down the gap. It doesn't always go perfectly, but basically that's the only way you're going to do that. And if you've got a shallow bungalow, that's what you've got to do, unless you want to start ripping stuff apart. Alright, hang on, just be good and use the scissors. I can find those joined together. Oh no, it's a bit technical. A bit later. Alright, here's the difficult bit. Right, I'm taking a guess if I've got the insulation the right length, as in I've poked a bit through there. Now you just trim it to size. It's easy enough to do, just use a big pair of scissors. Right, there you go, cut to length, and then sit there and try and push it down the hole. Right, here you can see one of my problems. Basically it's that there's a very small hole, my hand if you sort of see how big we're talking about here, into the front bit of the roof. I'll get the rolls of insulation and I'll flop them out as best as I can, and then I'm going to have to use a bit of broomstick or something to push them into place. Right. I've just managed to push the first bit of the encapsulated insulation down into the front bit of the dormer window by devious means, by pushing it with this bit of broom. So even if you've got a difficult one like this, it's not completely impossible, though as you can sort of see from where I am here, it's not the easiest place to get to. As you can see, we're getting there. It's not the world's easiest bit of insulation I've ever done, but it'll be well worth it. In case you're wondering, the original insulation that's down the bottom is what they call exfoliated vermiculite. There you go, look at that, much better. It'll keep me warmer in the front bit of the house, and when I'm sat in the office, which is immediately underneath this bit. Where I've got stuff stored in the loft, I've actually put extra insulation as these sort of fancy, I think they're polyisocyanurate foam sheets. You can buy something similar to that in your usual DIY place. If you've got to board your floor out, something like these rigid sheets are sort of the answer if you need to store stuff and still get a decent insulation level. On to the easy bit now, just do straight bits across the roof, and we'll see how we get on. Right now though, it's damn cold up here. That's because I'm keeping the heat downstairs, so I'm going to go and get a cup of coffee.